Alrighty, we are back with game number 3. You know, maybe... So I was gonna say maybe I'll put these up as games number 2 and 3. But if I put them up as games number 2 and 3, I either have to put up a blank game number 1, or put up no game number 1, and people will think it's missing and not want to click on game number 2 right away. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I'm thinking with the idea if you don't want a series to be spoiled by going straight into like a second game. I really feel like there's no best way to go about this. Well, while we're paused, I can think about it some more. Right. What is the best way to do this? I could put these up as games number 1 and 2, and you just have to listen to me say that it's game number 2 and 3. Put them up as games 2 and 3. You know, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I think you guys will obviously know if you're watching this, but I think this is gonna go up as game number 3. And for game number 1, there's gonna be an empty video like I've been doing for the spoiler tag games. Yeah, which I don't know. I've been putting the spoiler game in there. I think it helps out. I don't know. Let me know if there's any problems with that. I can't imagine there would be, but you never know. People like to have opinions.
I almost feel bad.
Do you love me?
It's really too bad. Game number 2 is pretty exciting. Would have loved to see game number 1. Also, yeah, something I'll probably end up touching on in the week 1 reflection / update, whatever I end up calling it, the week 1 summary. I'll touch on this some more, but I know that there are ways to watch games that aren't ticketed, even if it was a private lobby. Specifically, you can you can download the replay of your own game and save it to a file that you can then open in the Dota client. So you can send that file over, I could open it up, watch the replay through the file instead of on the ticket, cast it off of that. I did actually do that for one of the games this last week, for the NU B team. Game number 2, I think. I don't remember. One of their games wasn't ticketed. And they were able to send me over that file. Now, I'm a Northeastern student, so it makes things very easy. And I actually didn't really know how to do it. One of the players on the team had vaguely exported a replay before and sent it over, so I kind of went on and looked up how to do it and how to fix it. But I'm not going to be doing any games that aren't on the ticket going forward, including for like this week. So I didn't reach out to either of these teams and ask for a replay of game number 1. Just logistically, it's not really that possible. You know, between ensuring good communication between me, not a CSL affiliated person, and the teams, as well as asking them to do a very obscure file and data transfer thing, and then having to like deal with some extra steps on my end. It's really just not worth it. Going forward, all the games should be on the ticket. I really I hope. I mean, it makes my job a lot nicer when all the games are on the ticket. So anyway, that's enough of that. It was actually One of the only times I'm not too frustrated with the pause at the start of the game like that. Because I actually had something to talk about. Let me tell you, solo casting all of these games in the same week means I run out of stories pretty quick to tell during downtime. So vamping vamping during pauses minute 0 and there's not much to talk about. Not always something that y'all want to hear. Interesting. LaMelo walked up with no ward. And actually, this his junk on the ground? Yeah. Huh. I don't know if so it's an interesting kind of play, I suppose. He showed the Quelling Blade, he didn't leave the Quelling Blade, so they should know that he's the mid, plus he's the mid player. Actually, they're sending him to the safe lane. Have I got them completely mixed up? Hang on. Who played what in game number 1? Am I crazy? Gonna go navigate away to that page right now. Sorry, this is just absolutely gonna drive me nuts. Oh no, okay. So this is yeah, Vico played mid. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, just some shenanigans, I suppose. All that completely got me distracted, but I was gonna say, he walked up with no ward and broke the smoke, which is interesting because they would know that he didn't place it up that far. But they placed it back here, which means he could have just placed it already and could make it easier to do ward, so. Mind games are funny like that sometimes. Anyway, look at that, make me ad-lib for 1 minute and it goes horribly wrong. What y'all have to deal with. You're stuck with me. Who else is gonna cast? Vico really struggling a little bit early to get CS this lane and down bottom. First blood, Maestro, position 3, Jakiro. Finds it onto Lich. Yeah, I didn't talk about the lanes here, but some kind of weird shit coming out from York. I really don't want this to become a pattern. I know I kind of didn't talk about lanes much in game number 1 right away at least. But they're running Queen of Pain position 1 with a Monkey 5. You've got your Puck mid, of course, and then Jakiro 3. So it makes me wonder if they just... Let's hold that thought. Ursa actually taking a lot of damage from the Dual Breath. Had the stick, so he's able to heal up and he'll be just fine. Yeah, it makes me wonder if they tried to just flex the Monkey too hard and all of a sudden OD gets picked, you can't run him mid, you're against OD Wind. You know, neither of those lane matchups is very good for your Monkey, so shunt him off to the support role and say, oh shit, now we gotta fix our lanes. Maestro getting gone on Frost Shield. Gonna be dropped up, but Ursa, tossed back away. Is there any regen? There's actually no regen down here. There's one Tango for UCLA. And that's a problem. Ursa's gonna be effectively zoned out. He really can't afford to take another Dual Breath. Double null from Jakiro. So yeah, Ursa gonna be really, really sad in this lane. It's already not a great matchup for Ursa. Because instead they're gonna go over on Lich. Lich gonna try and TP, but no shot there. IDC MMR as well. Sorry about jumping back away. Yeah, the one benefit there is he'll be able to bring out some regen. IDC MMR. Whew. Speedbolt brought him so low. But we'll survive. Yeah, Vintage is kind of destroying this lane. He's got 10 denies. Like I said, Vico did struggle a little bit to get the early CS with the level 1 orb. Now he's got a little bit more damage on the orb, so won't struggle as much, but still not the best time against an OD. Vintage now. Just gonna hit him with the Astral. Down bottom. We did see a kill the other way, so UCLA able to find nature on that Rubik. Up top. So look at this, LaMelo not going the max Q build on the safe lane Queen of Pain. Which I actually agree with, by the way. I do like the max Scream build just better on its merits. But a little bit interesting that I really feel like if this is... Wow. How did... Oh, he got it from the secret shop. That's so huge. The Meteor Hammer courier did go down. Wow, so plays here in the mid. Dream Coil gonna be popped out, and Vintage is taking damage from the creeps. Gonna eventually snap the coil and goes down to that. So no Meteor Hammer going out, and Vico really gonna use that to catch up in this mid lane. Bliff comes out to stop the push with the Cardi mid. But still gonna get some hits, and Vico as well with this kill. Gonna grab the 6-minute rune. It is a haste, there's no Dream Coil already, so... Wow, he's gonna pop the haste to refill the bottle. 2 obs as well, so he will make a rotation here. Surely. He's gonna head all the way down bottom. Ob's gonna be dropped right underneath, not underneath Sentry, he's just gonna go find a kill. Easy. Thought he was for sure gonna put the obs behind there, but Rubik was giving him the vision already, so didn't need it. And up top, kill for Gul'dan. So kills all around the map for York. The Lions getting off to a much better start this game than they did in game number 2. And yeah, Vico has completely recovered as well. Which honestly is a really big deal, because if he didn't get that kill, he really could have struggled through the entire lane. And struggling against an OD is never fun. UFC Gul'dan has made the rotation. Meteor Hammer gonna be delivered, so no second courier snipe to further delay. Vintage though. Tries to drop the Meteor Hammer, not gonna happen. Vico able to silence him up. Gul'dan with the rotation in as well, just starting to hit away. Dream Coil is dropped out. Astral. Vintage able to stop Puck from chasing forward, and Vico gonna just retreat, but has forced some rotations to the mid lane from both the 3 and the 4, so completely left alone is LaMelo in this top lane. As well, Vico still able to grab the illusion rune that spawned at 8 minutes, and he'll gonna come out onto Vintage, who is hunting Gul'dan over towards the rune. So still able to get the kill even with the rotations. That's another very big deal for UCLA to give that up. Down bottom as well, another kill. Maestro and Nature team up for that one. Might look under the tower for Mr. Bao. Nature tanking tower shots, but still gonna find the kill. Magic Wand giving him just enough HP to continue to survive under the tower. And Maestro gonna start to shove and denied himself to the creeps. Funny enough, he's actually dead forever. As Valve has decided that denying yourself to creeps is really not something you should try and do. I know they've made this decision a long time ago, it's nothing new. And honestly, I don't want to see him bring it back because everyone died to neutrals like 3 times a game.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Back when, I mean, that was just some shenanigans. You get a kill and you go die. Gonna see a party in the bot lane. Gul'dan giving perfect vision of this. They don't know he's here. Not really able to jump away. The only problem. But nature is hanging around as well. He needs just like 1 creep for level 6. But he can't get into XP range of the wave. They're actually going to go forward onto Maestro. Cookie going to be off the mark. And a nice stun from Gul'dan, going to hold him back the side of UCLA. Rubik will go down first. And Vintage with the rotation, and they're actually going to bring all 5 heroes here. Gul'dan going to go down, but Lamello has TP'd from the safe lane. Looking for the Ursa Bear. Puck with the Dream Coil on the side as well. Vico trying to deal damage through. Will be silenced up. Ursa able to escape to the south. Looks like it's just going to end up being a 2-for-1 trade here. Lamello still sticking around. Gonna get caught. Gonna see if they can hit the Meteor Hammer, and will come through. Focus Fire dropped as well. Lamello, though, able to blink out to the side, ticking down to the Meteor Hammer. But gonna get out on 30 HP. Meanwhile, Rio trying to run away. Nature has stolen Focus Fire. See if he can get in range and get some quick attacks off, but looks like he won't look for it. And all that, no one's gonna go down. 9-3 still for the side of York. Realized I hadn't switched over to net worth yet. Let's look at the difference, yeah. From the mid rotation, Vico taking a lot of damage. From the mid rotation, you saw the 3 and the 4 come for UCLA. Back when they actually still ended up losing OD to that gank and just gave complete free farm over. Now this is going to be a nice first kill for Vintage. Let's see if he can get it. Actually going to drop the Sanity's Eclipse for that one, but now a 2-man coil Vico. No mana for an orb. We'll have it when he comes out. Just going to dodge away. A nice escape, because Power Shot, you know, could have taken him down there. Anyway, yeah, Queen of Pain given complete free space on that rotation, and still losing your OD back then. I know this is a little while ago, so sorry if I'm being confusing with my references. But it was this game, so, you know, pay attention. Mellow. Ended up with a Falcon Blade. He's actually holding a lot of gold, so even though his number is very high. Wow, that's the stolen Mortimer's Kisses. No one expects the stolen Mortimer's Kisses. So they will clean themselves up some kills in the mid. The entire team has made it over. Gul'dan gonna go down, but it's just your position 5, and UCLA gonna pay with the rest of the team. Sonic Wave dropped out, Rayo goes down, Vico jumps through with the silence, with the Waning Rift. The tower goes down as well. Really nice steal from Nature. Absolutely, no one ever expects it. It's not a hard spell to steal as long as you're in range, but I mean, come on. Mortimer's Kisses get dropped on you from downtown when you've cut Snapfire? I mean, come on. And yeah, Ursa looking for a Diffusal Blade and gonna have to find some way to catch up and farm this game. Really not the easiest task in the world either, as there's not the heroes that he really wants to stick on. It's really not a good carry match game for Ursa. Unfortunately for UCLA. Maybe some point in the late game, mid to late game, you get a Blink Dagger or something, you get a Basher. You can jump in and just burst down the Quap or burst down the Puck, but in the early game, you stick on no one. There's no way you're sticking on Puck. There's no way you're sticking on Queen of Pain. And you really don't want to try and stick on Jakiro. It just slows your attack speed and does a lot of magic damage to you. So the only way you're finding anything this game is somehow you get a long duration Shackles, maybe a cookie into Shackles, and you're allowed to hit people, but you're completely reliant on your team on Ursa this game. Stolen Mortimer's Kiss is going to be dropped forward again. Vico was astraled up, but looks like this time they're just going to use it to zone. Vintage actually in a lot of trouble. LaMelo, no Sonic Wave, but forced to self-astral on Vintage and will eventually be taken down. Vico taking a lot of damage from the Focus Fire off to the side. Able to phase shift, but no Blink to work with. Will eventually go down. LaMelo also. Now the Sonic Wave finally off cooldown, but shackled up will go down. Nature able to grab Wind Run and run his way into the river. So a nice 2-for-2 trade for UCLA. Able to grab all the ults out and still survive through. And IDC MMR gonna go straight into Roshan. And this is exactly what he needed. He was able to take down Queen of Pain for free. Gul'dan is hanging around, has full vision here, thinking about dropping the Wukong's command. If he times this right, he'll be able to steal the Roshan as well. Team is rotating over. Vico gonna come out. Unfortunately, Boundless Strike gonna be off the mark. Bashed up to Roche for his sins. Nature is in, still actually has Shackle Shot now. Shackle out onto LaMelo. Gul'dan trying to run forward. Not able to take down Lich, forced to retreat from the high ground. LaMelo though gonna jump all the way through. Sanity Clip dropped onto the side. Will take down Vico. We had a nice two-man coil, but isolated from his team. Ursa pops the ult. IDC MMR trying to chase down Gul'dan, but being a pest in the trees. Now gonna jump forward. LaMelo still dealing tons of damage with these screams. Vintage gonna drop the Meteor Hammer. There's no cancel for this. LaMelo gonna get caught out. Trying to deal some damage, stay alive, but will tick down. Rio though, gonna fall as well as Vintage, who did go down. All that ends in a 4-for-3 trade. York coming out just a bit ahead. You wonder what could have been though. Gul'dan had the Wukong's command set up in the Roche pit. Just missed the Boundless Strike. He was looking for both heroes and maybe just a little bit too greedy. Didn't want to... Or I guess there's no better way to say it, right? He wanted both heroes and unfortunately was able to get neither of them, so they were able to run away immediately. Baited a weird looking fight, and look at his items. He's going Orb of Corrosion Maelstrom. So you see this on support monkeys, they kind of have this weird, like, who knows what items to buy kind of timing. You know, maybe they go Meteor Hammer, maybe they go something else. We've seen Mage Slayer historically. Dream Coil gonna be dropped out in the mid onto your Windrunner. Gul'dan though, looks like he's gonna be the one in trouble instead, as Chain Frost and Mortimer's Kiss is gonna be dropped through on him. York though might be happy with that trade. Hang on though. Nature. If you go down here, they definitely won't be happy with the trade. Trying to run away, now LaMelo is in. Gonna catch out Rayo. Finally, they will bring down the wind. Vico jumps onto the back. Maestro though, isolated up in the front. IDC MMR easily takes him down. We have a pause. It's Quap DC'd. Where is she? She's hidden in the Roche pit. Yeah, so far a very nice fight for UCLA, honestly. All those problems I was mentioning for Ursa, really he's been able to take advantage of some positioning, some good positioning, and somehow Jakiro ends up in this little tiny corner. But yeah, clicking through. Puck kind of finish up a Witchblade as well. What am I missing? Yeah, Monkey. This is what I was talking about. Monkey. Okay, they're gonna G. So I'll wait till the fight's over at least. G is called, Ursa ready to charge forward. Looking for Nature. We're gonna run into Lamello instead. Slowed up now. Trying to find Nature. Nature doing a good job juking through the pit. We'll get orbed up. Meteor Hammer gonna come out. Lamello. Scream actually gonna be off the mark, so gonna blink over to the side. Vico. Playing around up it towards the triangle. Gonna blink away. And UCLA looking for Roche. Not ready to let this go though, or York, and Wukong Command. He's thinking about it. Now gonna drop it. Puts himself outside the pit, but this time Boundless Strike gonna be on the mark and gonna clean up the Ursa. Vintage was stuck in the pit as well. Had to run back through the Wukong's command and will go down as well. Drops the Sanity, so he'll find a cooldown, but that's just your position 5. Snapfire. Gonna be cleaned up as well. The rest of the team trying to run away. Dream Coil dropped out onto Lich. Another casualty. Rio, the only survivor. And this time it's going to be York who make their move towards Roshan. They really don't have a good Rosh hitter. But they're going to drop all the spells. They're going to drop all the right clicks that they've got. Try and tank through it. It looks like they will be able to take the Aegis in the nick of time. But yeah, it looks like we're settling down at least for a moment, so back to what I was saying. I'm seeing Shadowblade as well. But the items on support Monkey, really, your job is what we've seen in these Roche fights. Get the Wukong's command down, get a Boundless Strike, or if you're not in a position to Wukong's command, you're going to be in the trees. You're going to instant stun with the Boundless Strike. But that game plan really requires no items. It's you're using only the Monkey's kit on his own. So the question of what item to go on your 4 Monkey, your 5 Monkey, whatever you want to run, is actually kind of a big one, and you can go some really stupid items. I've seen in the past, like, straight Abyssal Rush, just go Basher, and you provide some extra control. You know, some other junk like that. Anyway, smoke play for York. Gonna run in, find the Ursa, lift him up with the telekinesis. Able to get the enrage off and run away. Nice shackle on the back line, and Gul'dan trying to zone the fight with Wukong's command. Chain Frost is bouncing through, as well as the Mortimer's Kisses. Lamello though in the back. It's a huge Sonic Wave into the Dream Coil. Gonna take down all 3 cores, or excuse me, 2 cores, as IDC MMR still running around, but not very healthy. Will be brought down. Aegis was cleaned up, but it's gonna culminate in a team wipe for only the support, Pos 5 support, and the Aegis. A huge fight for York, really a commanding fight, and what a Sonic Wave, honestly. I can probably see this one's damage, yeah. Absolutely huge Sonic Wave. And yeah, what's this item coming out for Vico? Where is his courier? Here we go. Blink Dagger finally ready. Down bottom, Nature has lifted up Vintage. Wow, Lamello able to dodge the shackle, but Nature gonna be left. Stolen Wind Run and TP away. Is he gonna be able to do it? Wow, what a player. Vico comes in with the silence as well from the side. Now the Ice Path to clean up Rio. Gonna be saved for the time being, but will eventually get ticked down. Macropyre was dropped now on the backline. Cooldown. Able to trade 1-for-1 for the Lich. Vico as well with the Dream Coil. Gonna claim himself a triple kill. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. I can't believe that Rubik was able to TP like that. Nature is such a god. I thought he was for sure dead, and the presence of mind to go steal Windrun because it's just an Ursa hitting you
Radiant's bottom tower is under
and TP, and I didn't click on OD in time. But
Radiant's bottom tower has
the Waning Rift came in from Puck from the side to silence any potential Astral. Not sure that it mattered, but I mean, what a play from both of them, honestly. They're gonna look for Puck now. They are gonna set up the Shackle. IDC MMR is coming over, and Vico overextending himself a little bit. Real close to the enemy base. Nature now. Trying to Windrun his way away. Shackle gonna latch up on top of the hill. Ice Path gonna keep Ursa stunned up, but Diffusal Blade and the Cookie gonna be more than enough to take him down. But yeah, York now have opened up a 12k net worth lead. 13, make it 13. Will lose their tier 1 mid, but the Sonic Wave gonna be dropped out onto 2. Wukong's command. So they'll take down Snapfire. Will they take down Snapfire? Cooldown will claim the kill in the backlines. Ice Wall, Ice Path gonna come forward, and Lamello gonna jump towards Vintage. Vintage taking a lot of damage. Drops out the Sanity's Eclipse. Lamello on the side, low on mana, but is gonna have enough to take out Vintage. A messy fight for York. Still works out for him. Yeah, so Monkey's solution to that, what item do you go problem that I had previously mentioned was, what do you mean? I'm not a support. You're a support. Love that. I don't really love that, but it's kind of funny. Lift up, they're gonna find the Lich. Vico drops the Dream Coil. Make sure there's nowhere to go. He's got the illusory orb. We'll take down Mr. Bao. We'll see how they decide to play this. They have full control of the map, really. As they should. 13k up. Vico. Just has to be a little bit careful not to overextend himself too far, but don't want to see a repeat of that last death, but as long as nothing crazy happens, they'll be able to just control up the map. We'll see if they want to wait for the Roshan, see if they want to just make a play towards this tier 2. It's the last remaining outer tower. Or see exactly what they decide. But definitely York in full control of this game, number 3.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As Vintage, he actually hit a decent timing for his Meteor Hammer, just unable to turn that into towers, really. You see the top tier 1 still standing. Jump forward, cooldown this time. Hits a 2-man Boundless Strike, so Wukong's command drops, they'll take down Lich. But yeah, the top tier 1 still standing against an OD Meteor Hammer draft is pretty rough. Look how much damage Ursa gets nuked for. It's insane. He's got a BKB picked up. But it really does feel like it's going to be now or never on this fight. And yeah, there's just a Maelstrom Falcon Blade on Wind, so she's actually got less net worth than Monkey King. Coming in with that Maelstrom, with the Echo Saber, ready to hit the instant stuns. Nature has picked up the shards, so he's got some save. Maestro doesn't have his just yet, but seems like they don't even need it to push. Lamello throws out the stun onto IDC MMR. Gonna jump away, and they're gonna just chip away at the Rex. Ice Path and the lift drop down onto Ursa, and he's just gonna get cleaned up immediately. There's no buyback on Ursa. 50 seconds on the deck, no bear. And Gul'dan jumps all the way in the back. Dream Coil comes out onto 2. Vintage pops the BKB. Gul'dan has no spells, so he's just sitting on the tower back here. Like, gonna dodge the Meteor Hammer and just jump his way away. Making space for that Rax to go down. Finally, Gul'dan able to jump forward, jumps just back into the trees. Lamello blink away, run away. They take down the Rax, and they'll try and back together. Rubik did buy back for this, so nature. Thought about coming back into the fight. Gul'dan sticking around in the base, and he's gonna pop that ulti, look for more kills. Take down wind, immediate buyback. But they'll take down both the supports as well. And Ursa TP'd in onto the front lines, pops the BKB, gonna try and jump forward, does take down nature, that's a dieback, 75 seconds on the deck. But now just trying to chase forward as BKB about to run out. Gonna be in a lot of trouble once it does. Yule's up, gonna purge off the Fury swipes. Or the overpower, rather. And IDC MMR, he's trying to chase forward for more, but he's not gonna find anything. Lamella now thinking about turning back in. Lincoln's gonna get popped, but Lamella, Blink is ready, jumps to the low ground. A nice 3-man ice path to hold him in place. Gul'dan also sniped on the back lines. And Vico with another 2-man coil. Ursa this time gonna pop, and he goes down. No buyback again. Vico cleans up OD. He's able to take down Maestro in the just in the moments before he died. That's what I was going for. But not gonna matter as he does get cleaned up as well. And ready to siege the high ground once again. York looking to close out game number 3. As yeah, there's just so much mobility on the side of York that once they get ahead, Lamello can always jump around in fights, Vico can always jump around in fights. Gul'dan, who's now ahead of everyone but the Ursa on UCLA, can just play around in the trees. And because he's built the way he has, he does a lot of damage to these backlines whenever he decides to jump in. And really nothing UCLA can do at this point, just take too much damage from all these strong heroes that have so much mobility innately in the kit. Smoke immediately gets popped. Gul'dan on the trees. Pump faking the ulti. Will eventually drop it down. Sonic Wave dropped down. Gonna find him. Gul'dan gets cleaned up inside of the ult. Vico trying to actually get away. He's gonna go down. 90 seconds. No buyback. Rubik gonna go down as well, but a nice ice path into the macro pyre. Gonna clean up too. And it's both the cores. It's the big ones. Maestro gets a double kill. Meanwhile, everyone else on the side of York has gone down. Cookie on the Cardi. Gonna try and clean up Maestro, but it's just the supports left. They're trying to put the magic damage out. Mr. Bao looking for him. Maestro still playing his way away, dodging around the trees. 100 HP, but gets a triple kill, and Snapfire gonna be forced to retreat. Now Maestro chasing forward for the kill. Ice Path is ready. Yules to try and save. 30 HP. Maestro getting clicked down. Wand up. Not going to be enough. Snapfire with the Scatter Blast takes the kill. One hero alive on the map. And it is Mr. Rich Boy. Cleanup took just so long. Jakiro, what a clown. We'll watch the creeps. They're the only hero left now. Oh. But yeah, even after that fight, I mean, just jumping in a little bit far. They commit with the Wukong's command. I don't know why I lost that. I've been saying that fine for the whole game. But a little deep with the Wukong's command, baited in the team. I believe Puck had no coil as well. Was the kind of awkward play. Gul'dan, he's gonna find himself a freebie here. IDC MMR trying to take down the Roshan, but not gonna happen. I'm actually half surprised he didn't just call GG right there. Maybe it wouldn't be the best thing to do, but absolutely would understand the play and wouldn't knock it as an incorrect play even. Because with this Roche going down, Roche number 2, Shard onto Monkey, Aegis onto Queen, Lamello gonna be able to come in and just take down the base. They don't do it very fast, but they will do it effectively if they can find the kills. Vintage even gonna be caught out in the bot lane, trying to split push as best he can, but Green Coil gonna be dropped out. He will be taken down. He does have buyback available, 70 seconds on the deck otherwise. But 23k net worth lead. And Lamelo just going to start clicking into the tower. Look forward, Gul'dan. Has the BKB and he's going to put it to use here. Nature on Rubik did go down, was taking tower shots. Looks like Maestro going to get taken down as well. Lich with the buyback and Lamelo on the backlines, but getting feared up. Aegis will go down, Gul'dan. As that Wukong's command. Pump faking it. Actually take his tree cut down by the power shot. Pump fake the ulti for just a bit too long. He will be cleaned up on the back. Lamelo is going to be able to get out. Vico trying to blink his way away, but shackled up onto the tree. Lamelo jump forward. Sonic Wave going to clean up the wind. Mr. Bao trying to hold Vico in place long enough. Sanity's Eclipse going to be off the mark. Vico trying to run away. He's going to be able to jump forward. Lamelo now still forward, but has that blink away. Vico jumps back in. Always the poke and prod from these two. Bop jumps back forward. IDC MMR starting to fall low. Lamelo can think about going forward again. Does have 8 Fury Swipes on him, but will jump up towards that high ground. With the buyback from Maestro, they want to make something happen. Dream Coil going to be dropped out onto OD. He will fall. Vintage, no buyback. 100 seconds on the deck. And now with only Ursa, no stuns to hold people in place for him to hit, there's absolutely no way he can contest. So this will be Megas if UCLA decides to play on. Look to hold him for a moment, but the racks will fall. Maestro has the shard now, will start freezing the towers to death. Yeah, with the Wind Ranger's gonna spawn just now, and this is the last hope here. They will have time for Lich to spawn if they want to continue to wait as well, but they need a shackle for Ursa to be able to hit anyone, and even then it's questionable. Snapfire, frozen in place. I'm gonna call it frozen in fear as he watches his Ursa bear take a lot of damage. Cookie forward and the Gust back. Wind Ranger pushing everyone towards the well. But Gul'dan has popped that Wukong's command on the fountain, will find a kill on the back lines, and Lamelo able to pick off Wind Ranger. That's gonna be it. Ursa's been spit forward, but he's only been spit forward to die. Actually dealing a lot of damage to Maestro. We'll be able to take him down before he does eventually fall. He's got a buyback, but not gonna matter as GG is called. York with the come from behind victory, game number 2. And the come from behind in the series as well. As, like I said, this was game number 3. Game number 1 not available. Ticket, but that was a UCLA win. So come back to win the series 2-1.